everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video. Look at me sticking to my deadlines. Woohoo! Good job, Angie. Good job. For those that don't know, that's my actual name, and that's how to pronounce it, because apparently many people don't know how to pronounce it, but I digress. So this video is about breeding and basically tips and tricks on how to try to save tokens while doing research. Now, some may feel that the savings are negligible, but in my opinion, every little helps, especially with how expensive everything is, whether it be dragons now, at endgame at least, or research. So this is just my attempt at making things a little bit easier for everyone. Now, this will be a bit of a tough video for me to explain, but I'm gonna try my best. I'll try to make it as simple and easy as possible to understand. And before I begin, I'd like to give special thanks to two super awesome people, Flame or Kaida, who made the super beautiful thumbnail and background you see right now, as well as Meeeeee for providing an extra set of eyes for a lot of stuff that went into this video before I actually made this video. Thank you guys, you're awesome. I'll also leave links to their stuff down below if anyone wants to check them out. Now, without further ado, let's just dive into this. Admittedly, I have no clue where to start with this because it's a little bit complicated. Not exactly, but a little bit. So I'm going to start by breaking down tiers a little bit into earlier tiers in regards to this, and later tiers. So I'll break it into red to gold, as well as platinum to harbinger. Why did I do that? From red to gold, the combos that you guys will see in the chart that I'll include later on only have one byproduct, except the orange alternative, because not everyone has the parents for that one. So it's kind of really straightforward. You just go for those combos that only give you the one product. So it'll give you the egg. There isn't much to do compared to other tiers. From platinum onwards, you start getting more than one product when you're breeding. So from that point onwards, sometimes you have to look more closely, because sometimes what appears to be cheapest on the site is not actually cheapest. I have checked those combos, and it seems that this thing only seems to happen with garnet and emerald in particular. My grammar is amazing today. Ignore it. So before I get ahead of myself, I'll make this a lot easier and explain according to examples from garnet and emerald, just because that'll probably make things a lot clearer. So for garnet, if you take a look at Meeeee's website, Neon Wonderland, and go to the Egg Combos tab and click on Garnet tab, you will see that there are some combos for 5,445 tokens, and then it gets progressively more expensive. For this comparison in particular, and for my first tip, I will compare Zaru and Ursa versus Gloomclaw and Icicle. So over here you see side by side that Gloomclaw and Icicle give Zaru and Gloomclaw as the secondary, and Zaru and Ursa give Zaru and Ursa as the secondary. Tip number 1. In cases like this, go for options that give a lower rarity secondary, even if the token cost is a little more expensive on the surface. So if you click on the 0.07 or 0.12, it'll show you how many fragments you'll get for those dragons alongside Zaru, which is your garnet egg. You will see that Ursa needs 700 fragments for you to finish an egg, versus Gloomclaw, which needs 1,100 fragments. So obviously, if you think about it, it'll be cheaper on the long run if you do the Zaru and Ursa combo. I even took the liberty to calculate it, and for both those combos, if you want to get 100 eggs, if you use the cheapest combo on the surface, which is Icicle and Gloomclaw, it'll cost you 508.5k tokens for 100 eggs, versus the Zaru and Ursa combo, which will cost you 490k tokens for the same 100 eggs. You save 18.5k tokens there. Doesn't seem like much, but it adds up, in my opinion. As for Emerald, I will compare the near combos with Kerberos and Pyrrhus to give Pyrrhus, which costs 6,206 tokens, versus Pyrrhus and Desi, which cost 6,223 tokens. This comparison will allow me to move on to tip 2. So, as you can see, the near combos have obsidian secondaries, versus the Pyrrhus and Desi combos, which have just emerald children. So if you were faced by something like this, go for a secondary of the same tier you're breeding, just for efficiency of the eggs you're trying to get. And once again, I took the liberty of comparing costs for Emerald, but using the combo of Near and Chiral, because that has both Emerald secondaries, alongside Pyrrhus and Desi, and you end up saving like 20k tokens. Let me look at the actual numbers. Yeah, if you go for Pyrrhus and Desi, it costs you 560k tokens for 100 emerald eggs, versus 580.4k tokens for the near combo counterpart, which is once again a 20k or so token difference, which adds up, for real. Now I have gone ahead and made egg combo charts for the optimal combos according to what I just explained. Once again, splitting them into red to gold as well as platinum to harbinger. The savings according to legendary versus mythic status on combos that don't seem to be the cheapest on the surface but actually are cheaper if you look into it, only seem to happen in Garnet and Emerald, but for other combos like Sapphire and Obsidian, for example, the cheapest combo on the website actually is the cheapest. I highlighted all of that. I added a couple extra details that I hope will be helpful. Harbinger and above apparently don't have any legendary combos, or like legendary primary and secondary, unfortunately, so those will remain expensive. And now that I'm done with all the heavy-duty explanation, I want to kind of recap some tips I mentioned as well as add a couple more. So overall, tips for breeding, I would check past fragment progress. If you have any on older eggs, you might be able to save a couple eggs there. Go ahead and compare things from your Insta breed or whatever it's called alongside Neon's website. Try to figure it out. I'm sure everyone will have plenty of spare time to do so, because if you're purely working on research, let's face it, we have a lot of spare time. For higher tiers, stick with combos that have both products from the same tier. in essence, garnet, emerald, obsidian, or just higher tiers in general. Have the byproduct preferably be the lowest rarity possible. Once again, as we saw before, if you have the option of having a legendary secondary instead of a mythic, go for that, because less fragments needed for an extra egg along the way means you save tokens in the long run. Last but not least, use the secondary eggs that you get in your breeding combos to accurately calculate how many breeding points you'll get and how many tokens you'll actually need for research. You can do this by going ahead and checking the combos, and then look at the individual page for the primary that you see on those combos. Click view parents, you'll see the parents, and then click on the secondary, go to that page, and then view parents for that. I know, long term, but if you have time on your hands, why not, you know? And oh my god, this ran on for a lot longer than I intended for it to be. I'm sorry I talked too much. I hope this video was beneficial. Let me know what you thought down below. As always, if you like this video, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe, spread all around. This is one video I do hope spreads around, and not for subscribers, although those would be great, wink wink, but because I genuinely think this is beneficial for people. We all desperately need to save tokens wherever possible. I will leave links down below, as I stated before. I can't English. Especially for Neon's website, so you can refer to that for egg combos. Let me know what you'd like to see in the future. And also let me know what you're reading this time. I'm reading Sephiroth, or the Squid Dragon, as well as research eggs. I'm super excited though that we're now getting a mythic glyph in breeding. Yay! Are you all excited like I am? I hope so. Anyways, I hope everyone is doing well. Stay safe, fly high, and I'll see you guys in the next video.